Hanukkah, everyone. We have a beautiful addition to our prayers every day of benching throughout Hanukkah. It's called the Al Hanissim. It talks about the great miracle that happened on Hanukkah, about the victory, about how the few beat the many, the righteous beat the wicked, and so on and so forth, about how great and miraculous our victory was, the fact that we beat the war when we shouldn't have won it. But the way we celebrate it is by lighting candles for 8 nights of Hanukkah. And it may seem interesting, because the miracle is how we beat the Greeks, and we celebrate it by lighting candles for 8 nights. It may be a massive miracle that the oil stayed alight for 8 nights when it only should have been alight for 1 night. But the main miracle was that we won the war, because had we not won the war, we wouldn't have been able to light candles in the Beit HaMikdash, in the temple. So why are we celebrating by the fact that we were able to light menorah, when the miracle of winning the war, being victorious, was so much greater and so much bigger? To understand the way we celebrate Hanukkah, I think we have to look into the victory of Hanukkah and all other victories throughout Jewish history. All the other threats the Jewish people were faced with was their physical existence. All the other times the Jewish people were faced with danger was when their enemies wanted to kill them physically. The story of Hanukkah was not like that. The Hanukkah story, they were threatened with their spiritual existence. We say in the Passover Seder, in the Haggadah, "V'chol dover dor omdim aleinu l'chalotenu, v'HaKadosh Baruch Hu matzilenu mi'adam." In every single generation, there are those that want to wipe out the Jewish people. However, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, God saves us from their hands. That was a physical threat, but the Hanukkah story was a spiritual threat. The Greeks were fine with us living with them. They had no problem. They were fine with us living with them and being part of the Greek society. But to be like them, that's what they wanted. They didn't want us keeping Shabbos. They didn't want us circumcising our children. They didn't want us to learn or teach Torah. It was our faith in God and our observance and the practice of the mitzvot which really bothered them. And that's what they wanted to put a stop to. And that is why all the other times, the great miracles that we've had throughout history, we never find the Jewish people getting up and fighting for their survival. In the Purim story, the Passover story, all the way through history, Nazi Germany, communism, whatever it may be, you never see the Jewish people standing up and fighting. But the Hanukkah story, the people got up and fought. And the reason is, because if you're going to let us live, but not practice, if you're going to let us live, but not believe, then what does it mean to live? We're not living. Because to let us live and not live the way we want to live, to not be able to keep the mitzvot and to continue working our relationship with Hashem, then we feel there's no purpose anymore in living. We lost the purpose for our existence. And if we've got no purpose in existence, then what's the point of continuing? We have to fight for our survival. Over here, because our spiritual existence was being threatened, now we had a reason to fight. And that is why we light the candles every night of Hanukkah. Because while the miracle of beating the Greeks is a massive miracle, and it's only because of that miracle we're able to light menorah on Hanukkah. But the whole reason they fought was that we can continue lighting menorah on Hanukkah. The reason why we fought is that we can continue keeping Shabbat, we can continue learning Torah, we can continue keeping the mitzvot. And that was the reason of the fight. So when we light menorah every night of Hanukkah, true, we won the war, but we won the war that we can continue keeping the mitzvot and building a relationship with Hashem. Not that we can continue living, because the Greeks allowed us to live, but to continue living as a Jew. That is the miracle of Hanukkah, and that is why we light candles every single night. Happy Hanukkah.